Hey everybody, this was a file that was sent to me with a request to do the realistic embroidery effect on. And this is full size. This is going to be a full front for some t-shirts, direct to film transfers. And I know by looking at it that the gold here, that's going to do really, really well because of how thick the shapes are. The thin ones, those are going to work, but not be quite as impressive. But I think that the gold letters here will certainly carry it as far as the design and the look that they want to achieve with this technique. Now, I've already went to the liberty of selecting the colors and putting them on their own layer. And that's what you want to do when you're going to use this plugin. So you want to do one of these at a time. The gold's going to be the coolest. I'm going to leave it for last, and I'm going to start with the most least impressive, which will be this white here. But the plugin is going to be up here in your under your extensions here. You see Realistic Embroidery. If you followed the proper instructions for installing this. And you see here that we're going to render the border first, and then we're going to go for the fill area and then go for the final render. So we're always going to start with the border, and we're just going to go ahead and click that and let this thing do its thing. All of these scripts, you can see what's going on down here. All of this stuff's going to end up with a file that looks just like this in red. And that means the border is done. And now, since this is such a small little area here, I'm going to use the smallest fill area that I can. So I'm going to go ahead and click that. And once again, it's going to do its thing. And it was quick. The area is full. It's ready to render. So we'll go ahead and click on render. You'll notice when it's doing its render, it'll make little files out to the side and then get you back to the regular file. And when this is done, you'll know because it will all turn blue. And it looks like it has done that. Now, because this is for a direct-to-film transfer, you see what we got going on here. If I open this up, we got all of these little layers going on here. The things that I concentrate on for direct-to-film transfer are things that have a lot of transparency value, like this cloth displace here. I'm going to turn that off. Plus the color, I don't need this to be blue. I'm going to turn off the blue right here, and here I'm going to turn both of those off. And now at this point, I'm going to select up top and then shift select down to the bottom. And I'm just going to merge these layers. Now that we have this rendered, I'm going to go ahead and put this down as the white output. And I'm going to drag the white on top of it. And then we're going to get in really close and look at this. And you see these little hairs and along the edges, that's where all that transparency that will not work good for direct-to-film transfers because it underbases everything in white. And then that creates what people call ghost pixels, and it doesn't look good on your transfers. So fortunately or unfortunately, we need to really get ourselves rid of those. And the way to do that is to command click on the original white layer here, and then inverse the selection, and then go down to the white output and hit delete. Now with a lot of colors, I can easily just set this to overlay and I've got something good looking. This with white, it doesn't work out that well. You see stuff that's solid white, and we can even mess with the opacities a little bit. I'm going to just hide that for now. And then I'm just going to command click this layer to get my selection. And I'm going to bring in an adjustment levels control here. And when I click on this, it's going to bring up the levels here. And now this is where I'm going to play around and pull around with the midtones, the low end and high end of these colors until I get something that I like to represent white embroidery. And like I said, it's very tough because the white and the black are always the toughest to show in embroidery. So right there, this is about the best it's going to get. So I'm going to leave it at that and just leave this white. I'm not going to use it. Whereas you'll see that I'll use it on the other ones, right? So let's go ahead and hide these two layers and let's go for the black. You see it's right here. And we're just going to go to town by clicking on border again and let it do its thing. It looks like it's done. Now it's time to fill with small again since it's such a thin type here. The render is full, great, or the area is full rather. Let's go for the render. And we'll know it's done when it's blue, and then we'll clean this file up again. I've had these get stuck on me a couple times and had to start over. It's a pain, but it does happen sometimes. Okay, it's all blue. It looks good. Let's open up, hide the blue, hide the blue, hide this cloth displace. And now select at the new folder at the top and then shift select all the way down to test background. And then we're going to merge layers. We're going to call this black output. And then once again, we're going to drag this black up above it. And then we're going to command click. Let me get in here so we can see this again. We're going to command click. And look, this black is already set to overlay here. So you kind of see what's going on here. But the important thing is that I've selected the black on this layer. I'm going down to the output. I need to inverse the selection and delete. Now this overlay here, probably going to have to bring down the opacity. You can mess around with the opacity and the fill sometimes. But once again, black, there's not a lot of contrast there. It's really hard to see the threads, but you kind of got to go with what you can get out of this. In big fill areas, it's a lot more impressive, but there you have the black. So I'm going to hide that, and now we're going to go for the gold. This one's going to be nice. I'll like this a lot when it's done. So we have this yellowish gold, and we're going to create the borders. This will take a little longer than the thin borders that we just did. So you see it's red now, and now I'm going to go ahead and hit medium on the fill area. And this is going to be something that it will work for a little while as I click, and it's going to stop. And now that it's stopped, we have to keep clicking, and you're going to see each time it's filling in. You see it working? So you're just going to click this over and over again. And slowly but surely, it's going to fill this in. Going to hit fill again. Looks like maybe one more time. And there you have it. The area is full. Proceed to render. So let's do it. It's important to note when you're using this program, have your art, the physical dimensions, at least full size. It needs to be the size, and the resolution needs to be at least 300. So you can see this looks pretty cool. All of this, you can see it now. I like that. Let's open this up. Let's hide the blue, select on the top, shift, click, and we're going to merge layers. And now we're going to drag this gold above it. And we're going to turn this on and command click, select inverse, drop down to our output layer and hit delete. And now when we set this to overlay, you can see what we have here. This looks a lot better. And it's colored really nicely on top of all this. You can see all this texture. Now remember that on the black, we didn't actually use this black, or it was the white rather. Yeah, you see we got the levels above the white. So we're not going to show this white here, but on the black, we're going to do that. And this is your output file. This is what I'm going to send to the person that sent this to me. Now, last thing that you could do if you're doing these yourself is you can go in here and try to hide some of these seams with Photoshop. You might grab like the healing brush here, and I'll just do a quick little spot here so you can see what happened right here. Now, let's actually just go to the healing brush. Now, with the healing brush, we need to be on this output file. This is where the texture is. Now, I will just option click up here and then drag a little here and let go. See how that made that look a little better? And you can hide some of these seams. I like the seams because it makes it look realistic. But if you have some that are offensive or sticking out like a sore thumb, then you can go in and do what I just did there. But just make sure you're on this layer that has the actual texture. Okay, with that, it's time to export the PNG and send to the person that sent this to me. And there you have it, this simple plug-in, Realistic Embroidery. And I think she'll get good results with the DTF. And it'll look good when it's on a garment, t-shirt, sweatshirt, wherever they're going to use them. Because this yellow, that's going to carry the design. Thanks for watching. If you want more of this, please like and subscribe, and I'll keep doing these videos. And until next time, peace, everybody.